欢迎来到 Mandarin Monkey 广播时间。
Why, hello there, and welcome back to the Mandarin Monkey Podcast, episode 264.
第264集，大家早安。
This time, the camera is definitely on.
是啊，
没有妖怪，
没有
妖怪来拿我的东西，
没有精灵。
Yeah, this 没有精灵。
上一次不知道为什么，
我不知道为什么，
我真的觉得我们有在录影啊。
我记得，我听到那个，我看到那个红色的灯。
Yeah, 我也有看到啊。
我看到，
但是我们在 edit， 我们在编辑的时候，
不见，
影片就不见了。
是不见我不知道为什么。Like it's just very confusing.
真的
very confusing.
呀，对不起大家，如果你们想要看我们的脸的人，像当然他真的很想看我们的脸，
对，
看不到。
Yeah, 对不起。But this time is definitely.
看得到。
I'm looking at it. I'm going to look at it every sort of 10 minutes.
真的，就有没有红灯？有没有红灯？
对啊。It's on. How are you guys doing? 今天是星期四 Well, for us anyway. And where are you? Where are you guys? What day is it for you guys? 星期五吗 I don't know. 我不知道如果你听到我们听我们的广播 like immediately 马上 as soon as it comes out 还是你或者你 I don't know listen to it the day after 我不知道。But
你会选时间对不对？就是你如果看到你喜欢的广播出来，你就会开始 plan， 你就会开始计划我什么时候要看。
Yeah, when
下一次等一下我什么时候有空
Yeah, I think to myself, because recently just one came out, I thought, maybe I can, when I have like a 跑搜的时候
Yeah
我会听到I'll save it for then, I'll save the podcast for then, yeah.
对，我也是，我也一样。对啊，就是我想要选一个，就是你觉得很舒服，然后你只有自己一个人的时候
，just on your own, yeah.
你就会听。
It's very difficult to get it. I listened today to another one, and the guy was talking about he wrote a book about his family life during like lockdown and stuff, and it's很有趣 to listen to other people describe our feelings about living with your kids for a while and. Even during the holidays, like when if you've got multiple children and they're all at home, drives you up the wall.
对啊，大孩子还好啦，大孩子还好，但是小孩子就比较需要很多的注意力。因为小孩子就是会需要你啊，他就说 Daddy, Mommy 跟我玩的 whole day 就是跟我玩。但是大孩子他们会自己找他们想要玩的游戏啊，或者他们会去找朋友啊，自己玩这样。
He said 他说了他需要 like 工作 at the same time, but 但是他也需要 like look after 他们的孩子 and he was working, but he had a deadline and he needed to get this thing done, but they were constantly hassling. And he said he was somewhere caught in between like 很生气跟 like
挫败
很难过
愧疚对因为很愧疚
对是愧疚的感觉 but like 也很难过因为 like 他要跟他的孩子玩但是他需要工作
对
So it's like, I need to do this thing. I want to play with you and I love you, but you need to leave me alone so I can do this thing.
对，我需要赚钱啊，如果没有赚钱的话，怎么照顾你们
Yeah. And there's 没有时间 And he was also talking about something interesting, his relationship, 他的关系 between him and 他的老婆 and
所以他有老婆
Yeah, 他有老婆 yeah.
那他妈妈为什么不能照顾孩子
I don't know at that point in time. I don't know. It was a situation where blah blah blah.
他没有说
Yeah, I don't know. But he was saying that he needed to when as a guy, maybe I think he was saying as a guy, he doesn't mind so much about certain things, and then his wife gives him orders to do something. Like can you get them ready for bed or can you blah 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 or whatever you need to do. And he feels like a great deal of pressure between him and the kids. Because it's like, for example, he wouldn't care. He said, 他说了他不管他不介意如果他们 like 穿他们的睡衣 For example, 他们可以睡在他们的衣服他不管 Like, I think his kids now are like 13 and 10. So they're older. They're not going to wet the bed. They don't need 尿布
所以妈妈是觉得一定要穿睡衣这样。
对
Okay.
So like, you know, get them in their pajamas or whatever. And as a dad, as a baba, 他不介意如果他们穿。
当然。
但是他的妈妈要 and he said he felt 他的感觉是 like 他是 like a middle manager between the kids and the mum. And he feels like a lot of pressure between them.
我懂。
Because he's like, he knows the kids don't care about wearing their pajamas and they'll just sleep in a t-shirt. He doesn't care, but he's got orders. So he feels kind of trapped and gets very frustrated because they're like resisting and, you know, sort of going, I don't want to put my pajamas on. But he's like, okay, look, I'm not, I don't care. But she wants me to get you in the thingy. And if I don't, I'm going to have a conversation I don't want to have with her about this thing. And yeah. So he feels like trapped in the middle of.
我以前也是这样。
真的？
以前我也是觉得就是要有一种仪式感。仪式感就是一种不是 ceremony， 但是它就是一个 procedure， 就是一个感觉。
叫例行吗？
例行，对，仪式感就是比如说你在睡觉以前一定要做什么。就像我们睡觉以前会读故事书给我们的孩子听，
就泡澡，
帮他们泡澡，
刷牙，
帮他们刷牙，帮他们换衣服，这是一种仪式，就是你在睡觉以前要做的事情，然后你把它做完之后，妈妈才会觉得很放心，才会觉得 OK 好，就是你们都已经安静下来了，你们准备好了要睡觉了。
Yeah.
但是三个小的孩子，后来我真的就是放弃 I gave up， 我就觉得 OK 你们要穿什么都可以，even I put on the next day's clothes on them， 所以就很简单，就是早上起来然后可能再多穿一件 jumper 他们就可以出门了，很简单。所以我懂那种就是妈妈一定要孩子穿睡衣睡觉的感觉，对。
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like ideal, isn't it? You have this kind of routine that your kids go through or whatever you guys go through, you stick. Because people like, you know, 人喜欢理性，对不对？但是
孩子不管。
And I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really matter if they wear their pajamas or not.
有啦，就是要培养，要让他们有这个习惯。
他们学什么？
就让他们有习惯啊，一个 habit， 它是一个 habit， 就是你睡觉要穿睡衣，睡觉以前
你穿睡衣吗？
我穿啊。
你没有？
我穿那个圣诞节，你也在穿啊？
你没有穿睡衣？
哦，睡觉的时候。
对啊。
没有。I
mean like now, I don't mean like during the day, like relaxing clothes, 放松的衣服都可以，但是。I mean,
睡觉的时候
，yeah，
然后大人不一样啊，大人就是我们知道要 stay in the quilt， 但是小孩子不会，
他们不需要那个 habit， 对不对？
他们会冷啊，
他们会冷 ，come on， 但是这是为什么他们有blankets quilts，
所以你要我们的孩子就是 naked， 就是不要穿衣服睡觉。
他们可以穿 T-shirt。
Yeah.
I'd have them wear like when I was young. We used to wear T-shirts. It's like my dad's T-shirts, like an oversized T-shirt.
真的啊，好可爱哦。
Big T-shirt, yeah. Why not? Same difference. And then if I'm cold, I just wrap up. I just shiver in the bed. Yeah.
Yeah. 妈妈喜欢那种感觉啦。
You know, no, I was not. But like he was saying about that 他们的习惯是difficult because he feels like a middle in between the two. And, you know, she wanted them to get in the, I guess, 这个理性 and 他不介意. So, like, it's interesting to listen to. I'm still listening to him talk about it, but yeah. So he's written a whole book about his, as I say, he makes 纪录片, but it's the whole book is about his relationships and how his work has affected.
对，然后又是跟你就是关系很大，就是你每天都是在做一样的事情，然后跟你的那种感觉是很像，你就会觉得很有趣。有时候听广播真的就是在听别人说你的感觉。
对啊，this is great. But it's nice to know other people feel the same way.
对
Yeah.
然后得到一些 encouragement 之类的。
Yeah, it makes you not feel like you're such a bad parent. But because it's such a 奇怪 and we said it loads of times before. It's such a 奇怪的感觉 isn't it? Just that mix of like 我很生气但是很挫败但是我还爱你我要跟你玩但是
我不行
就是不能 like right now I
真的
just can't do it 我需要工作 and you're stopping me because it's like yeah and you don't understand 他们听不懂这个逻辑如果他们让你工作你跟他们可以玩 like 快一点 like a bit quicker
他们在他们的世界就是我要玩我要跟爸爸妈妈玩
自私的
自我中心的世界 yeah self-center
yeah 自我
中心的
行为
对啊而且你知道自从我们来英国之后我发现英国的学校很喜欢 half term 就是你们有很多这种half term 的东西
对 like holiday sort of thing yeah
对就是放假的时候然后在那个时候开始我都会很担心 Kyrie 因为 Kyrie 她我觉得 Kyrie 是一个很乖的女孩她是一个很乖的小朋友她就是她会自己在沙发上看 Bluey 那个卡通她是 OK 的然后如果我们跟她说 Kyrie 妈咪 Daddy 需要工作你需要去看电视你需要自己玩他是 OK 的但是可能第一天 OK 第二天 OK 第三天他就说 Mommy Daddy 我要跟你玩我不要我要跟你玩我要坐在你的旁边我很无聊我没有人可以跟我玩我没有 Mason 没有 Max 这时候我就会觉得就是好伤心哦就是会很愧疚的感觉你就会觉得 OK 我需要陪你
Yeah, no, yeah. And also her 有趣的 opinion was a thing was also that 他说他跟他的老婆是 like 一对 right 那他们是父母的对
对啊
and 主 whatever 那一个 but
你说很像游戏这样是不是一对一对的他
们是 like
一组
yeah like 五组 yeah
都可以
And he said one like 有一天他说他跟你的孩子他的孩子对他 like 很不好and 他的 grade like they're really bad and他 found himself shouting about
小的事情
just like really silly little and it was like Just go and brush your teeth. Just brush your teeth. You know what I mean? Like it was shouting about brushing your teeth and just getting ready for the whatever because they were resisting. Was that? And he like lost his voice for shouting. So and he went into he as he was shouting, 他说了他 reflected 然後他想
馬上的
like right. As he was shouting, he was thinking, I'm losing my. I've lost my temper. Like I'm losing it, and it's about teeth. 你知道吗？
真的，就是明明就是一个很小的事情，很简单，但是你又没有办法去 control 你自己，对，
就是不行。And yeah, so I'm losing it, and he had to go back in his wife's in back into 他们的房间，然后跟他的老婆说，你需要去。Because I'm just losing it. And like she was like, yeah, I heard. Okay, I'll go deal with it. Because it builds up. It builds up these little things. Is like, and Mason is just like a 很好的 example of the phenomenon. Just little nip,
peck.
Like just picking, like just pecking, just like nipping at you. Nip. Just nipping tiny little bits out of you. And eventually it become big. Like, I mean, even like 昨天他说 and I found myself doing it yesterday. I was like at the dinner table and I was trying to talk to you about 我不知道我忘记了 and Kyrie was pretending to eat. And Max was going, ah! Every like, ah! By the way, every time 如果我们的孩子 like 如果我们的儿子 Max 他要食物如果你他要你喂他 he won't wait 他不要等他会说 until you put something in his mouth, right?
Yeah.
So 薯条, whatever. I think yesterday was like 薯条.
Yeah.
We had like 起司在薯条上. And yeah. Boom.
但是只有5秒钟哦。
It's just like however long it takes him.
3、2、1，然后就继续。
对 however long it takes 他跟他的8个牙齿 to eat the food.
Yeah.
Then
again.
Scream and then and so basically the whole conversation is like, yeah, so I saw this really interesting Julie yesterday. And everything. Can you give him a chip, please? Can you give him a chip? Give him a chip. Okay, thank you. So I saw this thing, yes, and then and the other side was Mason was playing Minecraft because Mason has his dinner at Tadasosha. He has his dinner late, sort of in the afternoon, and has some dinner, so we don't really need to feed him as much in the evening. And he was playing Taiwan Minecraft.
Yeah.
然后他会说 Daddy, and I was going, so the 纪录片 Daddy, Daddy, and I was like, oh my God.
There's no gap for us to just talk or listen.
对 and I was like,
eat.
Mason, stop, like just stop talking, just play the game. I'm having dinner, I'm talking to mummy, stop being rude. Yeah? Stop interrupting constantly.
Yeah.
Daddy, and whatever he wanted, I don't know, he just wanted me to select a block for him or whatever it was. I'm eating dinner now. I remember shouting, and I remember doing it thinking, and he's like, don't, and I remember him saying, don't shout at me.
Yeah, don't be angry, Daddy.
Yeah, don't get angry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I am being angry because you're interrupting me, right? And I was thinking, I shouldn't,他是3岁。
对，真的，我们就是在 shout 的那个一瞬间，那个 and meanwhile 我们就会想，我做错了，我错了，就是我不应该，但是我真的是受够了那种，I have enough， 让我吃饭，让我说话，
对，
让我
不知道如果他们会学，如果我们bien sensi or stay calm or what, how can you possibly just, this doesn't work with with Mason. Yeah, Mason, can you stop shouting, please? Mason, can you stop shouting, please? That doesn't work.
对啊，我们已经试过了，我们做过很多次，就是我们会说 Mason， 你等我们吃完饭。
It doesn't work.
没办法，就是他在他的脑子里面就是 Daddy, Mommy, fix the problem.
Yeah.
对，然后第一个问题解决之后，他就会有第2个问题，再第3个问题，再第4个问题，你就会觉得说 OK, should I have my dinner or no? 就是都已经冷了，你知道，我就没办法吃饭了。
对，然后如果他们有他的注意力 like 你的注意力，现在他知道他有，所以他会问你这是什么 like OK， 所以解决这个问题，不一样的问题，就是解决这个问题。Like, oh, hey, all right. Anyway, so but there you go.
对啊，一个1岁 ，Max 1岁，然后 Mason 3岁，所以2个在一起就是一个 mess， 一个天下大乱。
对。
但是我们真的很爱他们，他们太可爱了。真的很可爱。Mason 很喜 ，Mason 现在正在学习说话，在学他的就是练习他的那个发音，他的 pronunciation。然后每次讲话都讲得好好笑。然后 Max 也是一样 ，Max 现在就是因为看姐姐哥哥会讲话，他也想要讲话。我觉得学习太可爱了。
Well, Mason 有 specific 的问题 with his speech, isn't it? So I think specifically he has an S problem.
对。
He has an S problem. He also has a K problem.
An L problem.
An L problem. And B now I've noticed.
Yeah.
Anything that requires him to move his mouth.
没有啦，我觉得他进步很多啦。
Love. But I was saying, no, like this morning he did it, okay? Actually,
有我有听到。
Put your tongue on the back of your teeth, out love. And he went, love. And I was like,
You did it!
你赢了。
对呀，因为我也其实我也记得那时候 Kyrie 3岁的时候，因为我们是 bilingual family，你会说英文，然后 我说中文，所以在小孩子这么小的时候，他们会有这些 speech problem，这是很正常的。
是，
这是非常正常。就是如果你的孩子需要学习2种语言，我3种语言 ，even 3种，可是阿嬷 speak
台语
Taiwanese， 所以阿嬷就是会跟他们说第3种不一样的语言。这样子其实是很 confuse 小朋友的大脑，他们的脑袋。然后那时候我们其实也很担心 Kyrie 的说话的问题，就是他没有办法好好的说一个英文或是一个中文，但是他的脑袋是有这些 vocabulary， 他们是有这些单字的，但是他们就是没有办法好好的就是清楚的说出来。So maybe a child at the same age， 他们可以，如果他们有自己一个母语，一个 just one language mother tongue， 他们可以说得很好。那像我们的孩子就是可能会有这个状况发生，我们就觉得很担心。那当然老师也会担心，
对啊，
就会说你们的孩子需要一些帮助。
但是我想他们会担心，如果他们有 like 没有经验嘛，体验。因为如果他们不知道 like a bilingual, trilingual or multilingual whatever 孩子，如果他们没有经验，因为他们会说you know 他的语言一点点不好，但是 like if you meet people who are bilingual or you've had kids, they go, oh no, that's absolutely normal to have that slope. 但是 the difference with Kyrie, I think, is I don't think Kyrie had a pronunciation problem. I think she just developed slower on the uptake with both languages. I think to begin with, and then her 中文 became better than her 英文。
对，在台湾的时候，
在台湾的时候，
对。
And I think, you know, because Mason, you got to think like he was born, he spent his first 3 years
对啊，3年了
in Taiwan, and all he got was 中文 and
都是中文啊，都是阿嬷
pretty much. Most days, you know, 80% of the day, it'd be 中文。你要吗？你不需要，就是不行。
没有，
你要吃那个东西吗？那you know, whatever, you know. And he got that input constantly.
对啊
Even if he couldn't actually physically make the sounds, it was going in.
就是你讲他听得懂。
Yeah.
他知道他要做什么。
就是为什么。
对。
But Shenzai, and for the last 5 months, he's had English input. So it's like, it's pouring in now. It's like, oh my God, it's all going in. So he's had to like rapid catch up with like monolinguists. And he will.
对啊，会啦。现在 Kyrie 还好了，我觉得 Kyrie 也是进步，因为 Kyrie 也是 like miss 1 year before her year 1.
That's right, yeah.
Right? 所以在那个 reception 的课里面，他们需要学怎么发音，然后怎么把字 blend 在一起，然后这些，他现在是在 catching up with everybody.
And so Mason will get that experience, but
Mason 会比较好一点，因为 Mason 不会 miss any year.
He won't know.
对啊 Max 也不会啊，但是 Kyrie 对，所以他现在正在帮助自己 catching up 这样。对啊，所以我觉得啦，就是我们可能也要 ease 我们自己的压力，我们要就是少一点压力，然后多鼓励他们，不要给他们压力，我觉得然后也不要担心，也不要觉得说我们好像孩子有问题，其实他们没有问题。
我知道他会进步，我知道，但是我会担心，因为他是我们的儿子，and 我要跟他的朋友have like a good relationship, and him not be outcast because he can't speak properly. 你知道我的意思吗？
我懂啊。
Like he's behind, so I don't want them to go, oh, yeah, he's stupid or something. I don't talk to that one because he's obviously stupid, he can't talk. Because little kids,
不会啦。
我不知道。
你记得你的妈妈以前是不是喜欢找一些什么西班牙文的小朋友，还是吗？是西班牙文的小朋友跟你一起玩
？No， 他是德国人。
德国小朋友
是，
但是你们还是就是玩在一起啊，很开心啊。
Yeah. I mean that's that. Yeah, sure. And you know, it's actually I really love that kids don't really have those judgments early. It all starts at school as you get a little bit older. These sort of like relationships become difficult or whatever as you go through. But yeah, I just feel bad that I don't know. I just want him to be excellent. not like in a like a judging father kind of like I need you to be a doctor. I just mean I want him to be the best he can be and be okay in everything. Just be okay in it. 你知道我意思吗？
对啊。
Yeah.
Part of me still like accept 就是一个 fact 一个事实，就是他们如果在英国学英文的话，他们的中文一定会变得比较不好。
Yeah, just
对 especially now 因为 Kyrie 他正在 catching up with 他的英文的能力嘛，就是那我也不想要 push 他太多。就是我不想要一直 push 他说啊，你要说中文啊，你要一直说啊，你要怎么样子？
你需要练习，
因为他需要练习，但是 Kyrie 现在会有一种感觉，就是我不需要说中文，所以我不想说中文，但是妈妈跟我讲中文，我听得懂，就是他听得懂我在讲什么，但是他会觉得说他不需要说，那。阿玛现在就变成了他的动力，他的 motivation， 他就觉得说，他就可能就说妈咪我要跟阿嬷说话，然后我就说那你要跟阿嬷说中文啊，你不能跟他说英文，因为阿嬷听不懂英文，那变成跟阿嬷说话是他的一个动力，所以他现在很喜欢说中文，他说妈咪我今天学了一个中文哦，然后我想说Where did you learn it from？ 你在学校怎么会有人教你中文？但是我觉得这些中文都是从他的脑子里面出来的。
Yeah, she knows it's in there.
对，就是他会可能 maybe today she will remember a sentence，然后就是说妈咪我跟你说我今天会说一个中文，然后就说我喜欢吃草莓酱，但是你就没有听他说过 strawberry jam before，但是他今天就说草莓酱，对，所以我就觉得他就是慢慢的在 dig out 他的中文。
我们的问题 I think our biggest problem will be Max. Because maybe Mason, but mainly Max, I think, because he's had no exposure to Zhongwen. He hasn't had much exposure to Zhongwen other than us occasionally speaking to him, but he's not registering anything now anyway, but as he gets older, Mason's had that input, so I think he'll remember. Like, for example, every single night, without fail, I will say, I love you and good night in both languages.
对，爱你，
爱你，晚安，night night, love you, yeah.
对，
And every time they'll replay it back to me. They'll reply it back to me. So they've got this in their head, right, every single night. 但是 with Kyrie, she actually went to school for a couple of years, and 她用中文 like 每天她会用中文，她跟她的朋友说中文。
对啊。
So it's in there, maybe at the back of the head right now, because the English part of the brain's here, because she has to use it engaged every day. And I think we could bring it back out. Slowly but surely, it will come back out, and then she'll get to an age of like, oh, actually, I you know. 我要说跟你们说中文，所以 let's 练习中文 or maybe 我们的 you know whatever. Mason, it'll be deeper because he's younger, and Max it doesn't exist.
没有，Max 中文 doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. He was born in Taiwan, but the 中文 that he'll hear, he heard, is not in there. So we have to start with him from the beginning. 但是他是很幸运哦，他们都是很幸运，因为他们有英文 and 中文 together all the time. Most of the time in their daily life as they grow up. So they grow up with both all the time. It's not like we're going to suddenly stop. Maybe 西班牙文。
跟 Max 说西班牙文。
we thought about teaching him Spanish. Just him. So it's like, mi no comprehendo. No comprehendo. Mamá. And you're like, 你是谁？你从哪里来？
他的哥哥姐姐都说英文，结果 Max 说西班牙文。这个家庭。
Mi nombre es Max. I don't know who you are really anymore. Yeah.
好好笑哦，对啊。那现在我觉得很有趣，我们这样子其实我们在 in our 我们 daily life 我们不太会这么的 discuss deep。那现在我自己 reflect， 我就觉得说，其实我们也需要给我们的孩子多一点 credits， 就是多相信他们可以做得到，要相信他们是可以吸收，因为他们其实就是一个 sponge， 小朋友都是 sponge，他们是可以吸收这么多东西的，只是说他们会进步的比较 慢，比别人慢一点。所以我们还是就是不能放弃啦。像我自己也会担心说我一直讲中文，然后 Carrie 没有办法好好的学英文，没有办法好好的练习英文，他会不会就是退步，就是没有进步但是退步，我会担心。所以我很少，我只是偶尔一点点的中文跟他们说中文而已。那现在我觉得我应该要多说中文，跟他们多说中文，让他们去练习。我觉得我也不知道，我不知道。对啊，我就是还是很担心，就是因为我不想要给他们很多压力，因为我们现在的压力就是他们从台湾搬来英国，还要去适应生活，他们已经很有压力了，然后他们还要去适应去习惯语言language，那他们又更有一种压力。所以我有一点点就是 feel sorry for kids， 就觉得说哦，你知道大人的决定，大人的 decision 就是让你们有这些问题。
对，我想如果我们住在台湾，我们会也有着一样的问题，但是 the opposite way round。对，因为 Carrie 会去学校，然后他跟他的朋友会用很多中文，然后他们会回来 and 说哦，我不要说英文。我就要说中文了。现在我知道我的Angel， 我的朋友
不会啦。
我要说，
台湾也学英文啊，但是英国的学校不学中文，30分钟。对啦。可是之后like when they go to elementary school， 他们会有更长的时间，他们可能会有like an hour, 4 hour， 就是学习英文。
It should be cheating.It's not fair for her to be a Hunchier and have an English lesson. That's not fair.
但是他会很好，他在那个课里面，他是最棒的。
Also, she can correct the teachers.
对，玩游戏的时候他是最厉害的。Yeah， 所以我觉得啦，就是在台湾我们也会有一样的问题，但是会比较小，因为我们台湾还是学英文。但是在英国的话的中文 part, it just rely on.Us two
是
只有我们两个，他们 unless
我们需要规则，
对 unless 我们找一个中文学校，在英国我们找一个中文学校，然后让他们去。我觉得啦，就是很多人都会觉得说啊，你会说中文啊 ，Tom 会说中文啊，那你的孩子就是跟你学中文就好了。我觉得那个是对，没错 ，That's right， 我们是说中文，但是他们也需要有朋友说中文。
That's the strongest way。
对啊。Peer learning 就是跟你的朋友一起学习，你才会有动力觉得说，哦，我的朋友会说中文，我也想要跟他们说中文。
This is why the hangout here is in a strong position.
真的，就是你有一个很好的地方，很好的 time， 然后你有其他也会说你在练习的，你在正在学习的语言的时候，这也是一种动力啊。对啊，所以。能够帮他们可能找到会说中文的朋友，这也对他们来说是一个很大的 favor， 很大的帮助。
Yeah, well, you know， 你知道回梅的规则吗？他的语言的规则，
他的规则就是不说英文。
Well, 因为他的英文不好，很不好。So, I mean, that's one reason for her is 他的英文很不好。
可是他已经在英国就已经住了10年、20年了。
She's over 10 years。
应该英文不会不好啦。
不好。
你觉得现在还会不好吗？
不好。
真的？你怎么知道？
I mean, I haven't spoken to her recently, but I mean, I'll give you a good example. I went to Taiwan and I returned several years later and I heard her speak.
Oh.
And somewhere, Facebook or Angela. Or written English, I'm not sure.
Oh.
And I was like,
好像是在 Facebook 上。
No.
不好。
No, it hasn't improved.
因为他在英国也是教中文，
中文老师，
对啊，
每天他说中文。But you know， 他的规则是他跟他的朋友孩子只有说中文。And that's it. She never speaks English. The dad speaks English. She speaks 中文。That's it.
对啊。
And then just never talks to them.
我也觉得这是一个问题耶。有时候中文老师啊，他不一定英文要很好。而且中文老师也不一定 needs students to correct their English.
Yeah, no, don't do that. No, that's right.
我也觉得这是一种就是学生在学中文的时候的一个 problem 一个问题，就是他就会觉得说老师一定要用英文跟我们解释。
Yeah, no, if I like, for me when I was learning, and I had and你们知道吗？我的故事 when I moved to Taiwan. Actually, before that, I had obviously had lessons in the UK, but then also when I got to Taiwan, I had so many teachers. It wasn't even funny. Amy was one of them, obviously. Amy's one of our teachers now, which is great.
对啊。
And she was an awesome teacher as well. But I'm not there as an English teacher. I'm there as a 中文 student.
对。
I shouldn't be listening to their English. I shouldn't really care about their English. Do you know what I mean? And it never occurred to me to correct English because for two reasons, really. One, I find it a little bit rude.
是有点无理
because they're not but then if they were there paying me and I was their English teacher, of course that's my 我就是我的工作。
对啊。
They're paying me to correct their English, that's fine. 但是 I'm there paying them to teach me 中文。
对啊。
I'm not there to correct them, so I don't need to. I don't do that. Not in a 自私 way, not in a selfish way. But I just mean they're not mentally as a teacher. You're not there. You're not in the mindset of a student. You're there in the mindset of a teacher, and you want to teach the student the thing you're teaching them, right? You're not there to learn something.
对.
Your brain space isn't in that space. You're just like, right, let's focus on how to make a cup of tea, okay? Now, so this is how we make a cup of tea. And if they sort of go, yeah, but if you play basketball, you should bounce the ball. No, hang on a minute. We're not talking about basketball. Let's talk about the tea, okay? As long as you understand, as long as I understood what they're saying. Now, even if I didn't understand what they're saying, 如果他们 like 用 like 不好的英文 if 他们说 like you must use le this way, that's a bad example. Use le
可以啦，我觉得了就是一个很好的例子，因为了有太多英文的 definition， 有很多就是 how you use it。但是如果 as a student 你真的想要学习一个文法一个 grammar 好了，我觉得你要的是 examples， 就是你要不断的就是问老师，或是不断的 ask for examples， 就是不要直接英文，而且你也不能 expect 老师就是用 like 100% correct 英文跟你教中文。
对，
我觉得这是不好的，这是不对的 mindset。对，我觉得中文老师当然他就是 mentally prepared。用中文跟你说话，跟你沟通，要你去 immerse 在这个环境里面，在这个 environment 里面，你要知道哦，就是那个 language changing 那个 channel changing 是很难的耶，
是
因为两个语言他们是完全 two different logics，
对啊，是不一样的逻辑。
老师能够用 two both language 跟你上课。You are lucky， 这是幸运，这是很幸运的。但是如果你的老师可能 60% 英文，然后解释给你听，这是一种 benefit， 对你来说是一种 benefit， 因为你就是 you are put into that environment 去学习一个更好的中文。Maybe 你会觉得挫败 ，maybe 你会觉得说啊，我就是听不懂，那你就问啊。我觉得问问题
就是不一样，
对 asking question 是很重要的。
对，当然，这是不一样。So if it's like if you say something like da 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 da, and I'm like, do you mean how do I use that? And maybe you said it wrong. You're like use that. How do you? Do you mean how do I use that? Oh yeah, sure. Okay, so and then I answer the question. 但是 I'm there. I'm 我是学生 I'm there to learn 中文 that's the thing. But yeah, no, I've never been a fan of people who do that anyway in general, even if it's just in conversation.
我觉得 to clarify 可以，就是你
clarification 是不一样的。
对，你可能只是想要去 clarify 老师的意思是不是跟你想的一样？Is it the same as you think? 那如果你的 clarification 是对的。恭喜，
对
，right？ 如果不是对的，那你就是问问题。我觉得很多学生也是，就是 asking question isn't a shame。你不要觉得说我问问题看起来很笨 ，I look like idiot。
No.
When I ask question， 但是你 no， 这不是对的，这不是一个对的 mindset。你是学生 ，you're a student， so you ask questions。
That's such a like a 很奇怪的 thing to think, isn't it? Like, I guess this spawns from school. Perhaps when you're in class and you look like an idiot if you put your hand up and asked a question about what the teacher, if you didn't look like you understood everything they said straight away, so you were scared. So from school, you're kind of conditioned to not put your hand up and ask. But when you're an adult, who gives a you should just ask.
可是有些大人 adult 他们就觉得说我要看起来聪明一点 I should look smarter than
There's always someone smarter.
当然
There's always someone smarter.
对，但是我就是觉得啦，就是如果你真的需要问问题 just ask. If you need to, just ask. 你不要觉得老师会觉得oh you're so annoying or you know you're dragging my lesson. Don't feel that way. 我觉得不好。如果your teacher does think you are dragging the lesson or you are asking too many questions, then that is not the right teacher for you. 因为老师就是需要帮你解决问题的。对啊，我觉得这很重要。就是我觉得，就是我最近看到很多学生，他们就觉得说，我不敢 ，I don't want to bother my teacher。但是你的老师就是在那边帮助你的呀，对啊 ，so don't worry too much.
Stephanie brought up an interesting thing in the WhatsApp group, in the Hangouteers group this morning, or 忘记了 maybe 昨天我不知道 I was 睡着 but I woke up this morning to it, and did you see it? Did you see it yet? Did you look?
还没呀，
还没。There's
看一下。
there was
那个人的脸还是
Mitchell said that his Chinese teacher, who's not a Mandarin Monkey teacher, sent him a YouTube link. And he was surprised that it was us. His Chinese teacher sent a link to our lesson.
真的吗？
对啊 number 45.我忘记了那是什么 But we were dressed up in our bumblebee jackets.
What?
你记得吗 I don't remember that one. What was that about? Weather?
好像是下雨。
是吗？
对，就是下雨。
Okay.
刮大风还是什么的。using 比 and 比较。
比 and 比较 Okay, yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, we were in our bumblebee jackets, and someone was saying that that's very like Squid Game. V said it's very, very Squid Game. And like, yeah, it does actually. Yeah, it does. And Stephanie said I look like an angry, like priest. Like I'm gonna, because I'm doing that. Do you believe in Jesus? Jesus is with, but I'm athletic because of my jacket.
That's a surprise.
就是很好笑 But she also said that it was interesting. 很有趣，因为她说 like sometimes she forgets 英文。
是。
And I'm like, I do that all the time.
我也是。
But with 中文？
对。
So like with your mother tongue, you go, oh yeah, because
对，就不见了。
Donuts.
Yeah, the word flew away.
yeah, but 就是为什么 like 就是it's on your tune 因为我们不知道为什么 like 那个单字去哪里 like why has your brain's obviously restructuring with like multiple words and it knows multiple words for the same thing and I guess it just gets stuck because it's like which one do you want me to get which one am I getting and which one's the predominant one I guess maybe like you're trying to say love and I, and they're both there together now.
Yeah. So which one should I use?
So which one should I use? This one, and then it just goes whip, and you're like, I need the English one. Give me the English one. Which one's that one?
对
That one.
对
Donut. You know, I love. And yeah, it always makes you wonder when I've done it loads of times in the when we've talked.
但是这是一个 improvement， 这是 sign of improvement。我觉得是因为像在台湾我就很少有英文的问题因为我跟你说话说很多每天就是用英文在说话跟我们孩子用英文说话所以我的英文在台湾是还 OK 的不会有很多 like stuck points 但是现在我来到英国之后我的英文就是一直卡 stuck all the time 因为我有更多对我的英文有更多的 inputs 我的脑子每天都在 absorb 更多的英文所以我的脑子正在 getting used to it 这是一个进步的 sign 这不是 like you're getting bad at the language 你是在 improve 你的语言那中文也是如果你觉得你的中文说得很卡 stuck， 那是因为你的脑子在 trying to get used to changing channels， changing the logic。 那其实你的脑子是在进步的，不是 getting bad。
No. And I don't think she's it just I think like it's interesting because it's like 你的单字或你的母语的单字 is getting buried slowly by 你的新的语言 and I wonder whether if you stop talking your mother language long enough it does get buried and it's harder to recall, or whether it's always there if you never recall it. Like if we stop talking English now for 3 months entirely.
我觉得不会，因为你的脑子就是已经用英文 logic 在说话 for 30 plus years， 所以如果 even 你就是说中文说5年没有说英文的话，你还是有英文在的啊，因为那个 root 在你
很壮，
对，是很深的。那我中文也是，我已经讲中文 over 20 plus years， 就是那个 root 那个根是很深的。但
是我不觉得很容易。你只有学英文 for like 说话的英文 for as long as you know me。对，这是不一样。So you've been studying 英文 like theoretically 理论 for 英文的理论吗？
对啊，还有就是单字啊 grammar
20 years， 但是 spoken for 7, 8
like truly using it for 对6年。
Yeah，
对啊，6年，所以还是就是你对啦，你的语言就是你一定要说，你不能就是 stop。如果你真的学了中文学10年，但是 you stop for 7 years， 那你的中文还是不见啊。对啊，还是要就是多用，有办法的话 ，friends community 是最重要的。Come to hangouts， 我们有7 hangouts every week 。你可以用你可以在这个时候，在 weekend 的时候，跟你的learning partners 好了，就是一起学习中文，听他们说中文，然后一起练习中文。听一个中文 learner 说中文也是一个 challenge。是
，yeah，
就是不一样的一个腔。
Because you have to get used to not only their style, cadence, accent.
对。
But also, if they get things wrong, you have to identify it.
对。
And try and figure out what they mean by that, and then work it through. Yeah, it's a very good mental exercise to listen to other people talk.
对啊，所以
我喜欢。
Yeah, you not only learn from teachers, but also learn from your community.
对啊。
我觉得这是一个 train the way you adapt. The language
是
accent， 我觉得这是很好的啦。就是你不要觉得说我都听不懂我都听不懂 Tom 的中文，他的中文不好。No， 不是的，你只是还没有习惯他的腔。
对。
但是你听很多人腔的时候，你的脑子会 quicker to get used to different accents。我觉得腔真的太重要了啦。
是，
我听 Irish 的腔我也听不懂啊，他们在讲什么英文？对，我一定要有 subtitle， 就看 subtitle 才知道，他们是在讲 house， 不是 house。
对啊，因为我们看过看这个我是什么名字？是 Stay Safe House。Safe 哪一个？ The one we watched last night. 爱尔兰的 Yeah.
The Fall.
Is it The Fall?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? I thought it was Safe something.
不是 The Fall.
The Fall. Okay, yeah, it's called The Fall. And it stars that guy from 50 Shades of Grey and Gillian Anderson.
对.
In it. And but they're from Belfast. Like, I can't read that. Belfast. All right. Belfast. Like, this kind of, come to my house. Like that. And you're like, he said house. And I'm like, yeah, it's Irish.
对.
And I'm like, oh. 什么意思？
对啊，但是我觉得这就是一个对我来说又是一个很好的练习，就是我可以又练习或听到不一样的腔。这对我来说又是一种英文的练习，这样。所以你的人生 in your entire life， 如果你有办法一直有中文的 input， 你 language you're learning now, you have the input. 这是很棒的耶。
Yeah, and do you know what? Here's the 秘密我会给你。你需要注意力。So it really depends how quickly you develop your skill. 你的登记or like 语言的登记是 completely depends on 你的注意力。
真的。
And how much focus you can give it. Every day. Like if you can do 10 minutes a day, okay. You will see like a little improvement every day, but you're giving little, you'll get a little. It's an improvement. I say even 1% a day is an improvement. If you give it an hour a day, you'll get slightly more. You get more and more, etc., etc. Do you know what I mean? If you really truly focus on it continuously, you're surrounded by it, you will improve a lot. And you can listen to 我们的 like 很老的广播的 episodes, 然后听你的英文。
Yeah, I don't want to. 不想。
And see the improvement. And probably 我的中文是一样。I can return to it and 听到我的中文，然后
对。
So 但是 there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got some. Yeah.
对啊，反正anyway 就是我们说这么多 ，we say this much， 但是我们只是想要告诉你，就是 don't give up。就是 the least thing you should do is don't give up， 就是不要放弃。然后 even though you feel like 我很挫败，我很生气，我很难过at some certain point， 你可以休息的。就是我觉得休息也是很重要的。就是如果你真的需要一个 break from learning a language， 然后你需要充电，you need to charge yourself, go and do it， 但是不要太久。就是 even though 你不上课，但是你可以用 app 去 review every day。就是我觉得 reviewing 可以，但是千万不要就 stop。如果你一 stop， 你要回来，你是
每天你需要做什么？
对
，something。
对啊，对啊。
You should do something, whether that's APP or 老师 or hangout or whatever it is, like 看书 or whatever. You need to do something involving 语言。
真的。
But again, I say it depends totally on your focus, and I totally understand. I cannot tell you how many plateaus. I understand where you think, oh, I'm not learning anymore. Nothing more's going in, and walls. It's like, oh, I just can't learn it. I just can't get past being able to do this. You can. It's just about focus. You've got to be just like ruthlessly focused
真的
into doing it, and don't procrastinate.
对
Don't, you know what I mean? Don't know you have to study this thing or try and get your head around this thing. And something interesting I put on the podcast at the beginning the other day was learning a language. It's the point, apparently the scientists say that it's at the point where you become really frustrated with whatever you're doing.
对
is when you start learning. And when you get really annoyed about it and frustrated and aggravated with just, this thing is just,
I remember this.
I can't get this thing.
I knew it.
What's this thing? Is this,
对啊
how do I don't understand this. And then you just go through it and then get frustrated. That's okay. And then you can walk away and then go have a sleep, go and have a rest. Go sleep on it. Come back on tomorrow. Because as you sleep, new memories and connections were made, and you'll come back with a new fresh face. You'll be like, I have this with BMR.
I had this with maths.
Did you? I do it. Like I'm like, how do I fix this UI thing? Like I know I should need to figure out how to do this stupid thing. And I can go away and come back the next day and have a fresh head on it, and think, okay, let's tackle this again, try again. 不一样的办法，然后I can do it. 但是
对啊，我有这样子的那个经验，我有一个的 experience， 就是我以前小的时候来 elementary school 的时候，我的考试，我的数学啊，the full score is 100%， 但是我的数学是永远30、40、30、40，而且是很简单的哦，就是可能就是只是 plus number you plus two numbers together， 或者是你 divided blah blah blah。But anyway， 我的数学就是很烂 ，like the worst， 全班最不好的。然后我的妈妈就是很担心我，she's so worried, she was so worried。然后她就说你怎么了 ？Like what happened to your math？ 然后我就说我就是不会啊，我听不懂，然后我不会 ，right？ 然后有一天，我不知道为什么，有一天我的头脑就是开了，他就自己就是懂了数学这个东西，就在那个时候，然后 the last test I had in my elementary school, I got 90% points. 我不知道为什么，但是那个感觉就是你的脑袋 your brain started learning it, started understanding how this works.
Yeah.
然后它就开了。然后我的妈妈就说怎么了？你今天考得很好，她很开心。The last day of school， 她就说你考得好棒。为什么？我说我不知道，我就是突然的，就 suddenly 我就是都会写了这样，所以就是那个 moment 是很奇怪的，是很 special 很特别，我还记得。
对啊，我喜欢那个感觉。
对，然后就是 I believe anyone had this moment somewhere in your life with anything else. Maybe with your cooking, with your computer or anything. 就是那个 moment 是我觉得很 special 很奇妙，所以 brain is so interesting。
也是，
就是你真的要学一个东西的时候，你可能要 go through 很多的挫败，很多的 hard time， 但是有一天 just that one day 你就是 OK 了。但是就是不能 give up， 你就是不能你不能放弃，你就是要等那个 moment 来。Luckily 你就会得到。对啊。我觉得那个是临门一窍，那个 phrase 那个 那个situation is called 临门一窍，然后你的脑子就嘣，我会了。
It just like yeah.
对，我
喜欢那个，
我觉得好特别，就是你how
does it work？
对，
我不知道，
我很喜欢那种感觉。
The maths didn't stick, did it?
No 。但是到那时候 like my junior high school and my senior high school 我的数学就是都很好，就是 always 90。
考试跟 like 真的生活是不一样。
对啦，但是就是
Taiwan。
对啊，就是他们会给你很多的 formulas and blah， 但是你要记这么多 like hundreds of them formula， 但是还是你知道很难。不过而且 adult 又有点不一样，就是 lack of sleep， 然后有很多的压力 blah blah blah， 它就会让你的脑袋就是慢慢的 to delete those useless information。
有
很多的什么 cosine sine cosine tan 什么那些的数学你就没有办法再记得。
也不知道
是什么东西。
Algebra just ridiculously pointless。
对啊。太可怕了。
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's so many tools out there, and as we sort of traveling down our road with Duolingo, I've noticed that especially in Zhongwen, the Zhongwen on Duolingo is not good. I've noticed it's good for character recognition, and I like it because it's it's teaching me characters, only simplified though.
好可惜哦。
Yeah, but it's not good because it never explains anything. It doesn't tell you anything about what they mean.
Yeah, but as a child, your parents don't tell you why. 他们就是跟你说。
但是你有上下文，这就是不一样。Because you say 杯子，this is a cup.
杯子。
cup 杯子。It's a cup. And they'll go cup. And you go yeah cup. There's a 上下文 there. But if you just go cup, a child will go cup. 你知道我的意思吗？
对，他还是 absorb， 他们还是知道说 OK 你在说这个字，但是
they need to see, feel, they need to see and touch it, smell it, taste it, or whatever, and then they make the connection. But on Duolingo, it's just a 中文字 and maybe pinyin or whatever, and it's like it never says cup.
Yeah,
it just say 杯子 or whatever, but it never actually say that means cup.
Good for reviewing though.
The Spanish is better because you can click on words.
对right， 所以它的那个中文跟西班牙文是不一样的。OK，
是不一样。I think like in a sentence you can click on the words, but that's the only time it never actually formally says, oh, by the way, in 中文 you use it like this or whatever. So it's yeah.
它的英文也做得还不错了。
Is it? Yeah, well, they would because they've concentrated on those languages, but they haven't concentrated on 中文。那就是为什么women 的注意力是中文。But at some point, you can have tools. You need to use them if you want to focus. Then at some point, you have to have a teacher or a speaking partner who knows what they're talking about to tell you what it means.
没错啊。
And that's why we do what we do, and that's why we've got some awesome teachers. And on that note, you should and could definitely go to mandarinmonkey.com and sign up to a free lesson, because that's That's how the whole thing starts.
Yeah.
Free lessons are available. There's loads of times. There's a bunch of teachers for you to wrap your ears around.
Your head around.
And just go and book the times. There's loads of times available. It's a new year, fresh start, resolutions, all that stuff. Come and make 中文your focus 你的注意力 for this year. Let us help you get to where you want to go. As I say, it's really on you.
Yes.
And your motivation, your focus is in and how good you're going to get at this.
Yes.
Is how much you're going to concentrate on it. So let us help you concentrate, book a free lesson, see how you feel. It'll cost you nothing in comparison to what the result will be at the end of the year once you successfully completed it. That's all I've got to say.
Yes, and we do have other services, other lessons you can choose. We have private lesson, we have group lesson, business course, and intensive course for intermediate. And of course, the most important thing is the community. You come to hang out and talk to your teachers and friends there and about the topics, specific topics, or book club. We also have book club. You read books together, translate it, discuss the story. And we also have a chatty time, gaming time with Tom and Eula. So come and check it out and see which one you prefer to joining. Okay? So 谢谢你们收听，and 谢谢你们收看，我们就下次见喽，拜拜。
Bye.